Recording.
All right, we're rolling. All right, we are here at 131 Twin Oaks Lane in Vincent, Alabama at Tim O'Hara's house. Allstate claim number 072-031-5621. We're going to be attempting to make a repair on this wind damaged shingle right here. You can see it's been unsealed and it's been creased. I just want to demonstrate these shingles above haven't been manipulated in any way before this repair. There is some pretty bad granule loss on here, but you can see the matting across the top of these shingles, I'll bring it a little bit closer, has not been bruised, it has not been creased. These shingles haven't been unsealed. I'm gonna go ahead and take the camera real quick. You can see there's our creased shingle, wind damaged. This one has been wind damaged as well. I'll show you that. All right, here we go. Now to complete this repair, I'm going to be using some industry, manufacturer, and building code approved tools. I have a flat Milwaukee crowbar just to unseal the shingles and remove the nails. I have an AJC magnetic roofing hammer. Just some regular old 1.5" roofing nails. I also have a caulk gun and some geocell just to help these seal back down because the tar on these is extremely old. So there can be no way they'll seal back on their own after we complete these repairs. This is the shingle we're going to be using for this repair, provided by the homeowner. The shingle seems to be in a little bit better condition. I believe this is what was originally on the roof. They kept some stored whenever they did the roof, whenever they built the house in their shed over there. So it was in a temperature controlled area, so it's in a little bit better condition. All right, let's start by unsealing these shingles. See, right off the bat, just unsealing these shingles, the granules are just falling off. Gently slide this crowbar in here and gently pry up. Now I want to make a point that I have to lift this up just to be able to see the nail head, see where I'm going, just far enough. Don't need to over manipulate the shingles, of course, but the nail head on this, I have to use the shingle itself and pry upwards using the crowbar to actually successfully remove the nail. So I'm going to begin doing that here. That's all right. We're going to start back. Okay, so are you still rolling right now?
I'm rolling now.
Okay, just want to make sure. All right, technical difficulties there, but did you hear that on video? It's actually tearing. I have to go back down. The nail is actually ripped through the shingle at this point, so I have to go back down, grab the nail head, had to push it back up through the shingle, pull it back through. I want to just show the condition of this nail here. It's pretty rusted, pretty bad shape. Not a good sign, but the nails are ripping through right now. That one's begun to rip through, but didn't rip through all the way. Just staying on this roof. I have cougar paws, and it's actually somewhat difficult to actually stay still on this roof because the granule loss is so bad. Okay, you see how it's begun to rip right there? The matting is actually going to rip as we're pulling it up. That shingle's been damaged. We're not going to be able to secure that nail in the same place there. So all our nails are removed there. Now we need to go to the next nail strip. So up to this point, those nails were on a wind damaged shingle, so it's less important that they rip through, but now we're going to begin removing nails in the shingle above. That one didn't have a nail there. Okay. Now we have damaged the shingle above the wind damaged one. I'll actually show you a little bit closer. closer up what I'm talking about. So we see here, see how that matting's been ripped right there? Right along there. Let me remove the nail. That nail is also ripped through. That nail is also ripped through. I can tell you right now, these shingles are extremely brittle. It's a pretty bad roof. Somewhere that appears that's been overdriven. Actually, it's not overdriven, it's just driven high. Here's our wind damage shingle. Set that over here. And we're just trying to do this repair, show that we are making a concerted effort to actually try and complete these repairs, like Allstate is asking the homeowner to. Very clearly we're already creating damage when we follow the proper procedure to re-roof. Now at this point, we've not had to manipulate the shingles beyond 45 degrees, but at this point it's completely necessary to have to lift the nail up so that the nail is visible, so I can drive directly perpendicular into the decking surface. In order to properly secure these nails into the roof so that they don't break the seal with the one above it, and so they also do not rip through this shingle. So you can see right there, just lifting that up, it's already damaged that one. You see the fold very clearly in that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's already ripping as well.
Yeah. Like I said, this is one of the worst roofs I've seen in this area as well.
Yeah, as you can hear, the granules are just rolling off the roof.
They're just falling straight off.
Yeah, you can see them in the video just rolling down.
Like that. So this is where the nail rip through is actually important, pointed out. We see here, that's been cracked there. That's damage. But not only is it damaged, but we can't drive the nail back in the same place because it's not going to secure the shingle properly. So we have to go next to it, now creating a hole in the roofing system that is actually an entry point for water. But we're going to continue with this repair. Just so we are attempting to actually make this repair. We don't want to leave a big hole in Mr. O'Hara's roof. But our company And no legitimate licensed, bonded, insured roofing company in the state of Alabama can be liable for, doesn't want to stick, can be liable for these types of repairs. Granules are just falling off. That's been creased. That's been creased.
That's bad.
That's
crease.
been, yeah. I mean, this one is
that
probably
one's
the
ripping
worst
apart.
one. That one, right off the bat.
I'm zooming in on that.
I'm gonna bring the camera a little bit closer and make sure the nail heads are all in the right place. I'm good for a nail there. There wasn't one before, but there should have been right here. No nail was here before. Just lifting it up, you can see that's a crease, very clear.
Well, look how much thicker the shingle we put back on, which is from the original roof. This came from the homeowner, and how much thicker this is.
These are paper thin shingles.
These are paper thin, and then you've got a shingle from the same batch from when the original roof went on it. Real quick,
I just want to show. You can see this one clear as day. That one looks like it was just granule loss. This one's not unsealed. But this one wasn't like that before, as you'll see in the beginning of the video. But that one, less obvious. This one, see there's a fold there. This one as well. You can see the granule loss across the top. That one's especially bad. You can see that very clearly. See the fold in it. This one, you can see where the matting has been bruised right there and damaged. Now, obviously, we're going to be marking this as repair failure. But before we finish on this roof, we want to point out something else that we believe is important, because on this roof it was actually assembled correctly per the building code. If you look here, we've actually removed some ridge cap shingles here, but if you see, the underlayment is actually overlapping, which is actually correct per the building code. We're required to do this. I've been required to do this for over the past 30 years by 6 inches. So this continues down over these shingles. So now, because we have to overlap the underlayment this way and that way, 6 inches, we're going to damage the shingles on this slope and this slope if we have to do any repairs, which we're clearly going to have to. We're clearly going to have to replace this slope, and we will be replacing over 75% of this roof. You can see that even just removing these hip cap shingles, it's actually damaged the underlayment there. That's an extremely important water shedding layer to the roof, and now the spot could have leaks there, just because we're trying to attempt to make repairs up here. This entire roof is the same age. I want to point this out. Just walking on this roof, it's being damaged. The adjuster actually made some of these marks because of the granule loss. Stepping on this roof by itself, you can hear me slipping. It's actually going to damage the roof. Oh, it did?
Yeah, that shingle just ripped in half. Here's the shingle that he was walking up, which was connected right here. And when he stepped on it, it completely ripped in half, as it is now.
That's awful. you can see this whole roof is the same age. It's all connected by hips, ridges, and valleys. Even on these ridge vents, they were done the correct way. Of course, you have to cut the underlayment here, but we're still going to have to wrap the underlayment over right here. So we're going to create damage on every single slope of this roof. You can see the front. We have exposed fiberglass in there. These shingles are at the very end of their life. There is no way that we can successfully complete repairs on this roof and be able to return it to a pre-loss condition without creating more damage. Thus, we can't return it to a pre-loss condition. That concludes our video. This is why we're submitting this documentation. We need to supplement for an entire roof replacement.